going on, you guys? Welcome back to the second episode of the MisfitTV podcast. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the first episode that myself and DeLon did on Alex Rodriguez and the relationship that he had with the Seattle Mariners. Now we're gonna kind of shift a different direction in this episode, and DeLon, you kind of want to tell them what that direction is, man?
Yeah, so this episode is around LeBron. There has been discussion on if LeBron is the GOAT, and that's what we're going to discuss and debate about. And one of us doesn't think he's a GOAT, and one of us does. And so we're going to try to argue our debate or our idea.
Fun fact, let's see if the audience can guess who is for and who is against. But that's beside the point. So we're just going to kind of go ahead and start from there. And like before, you guys just go ahead and leave your comments, any suggestions that you guys have. It would be greatly, greatly appreciated. But we're just going to go ahead and start from there. So we're going to go ahead and start with the person who's making the argument for. Spoiler alert, it's DeLon.
What? That's crazy. Okay. All right. So obviously, I think he's a GOAT. I'm correct, but here are my reasons why I think he's a GOAT. So first, I think he's a GOAT for his longevity. LeBron has been one of the best, 5 best or elite for the past century compared to his peers. Starting in high school, he was a 3-time first team All-American in high school via USA Today, and he was 3x Mr. Ohio basketball. And then coming into the league, he was Rookie of the Year. And then he barely missed the All-Star team, but starting his sophomore year into every year since, he has made the All-Star team. He was a 20-time All-NBA, 13 first team. He is a 4-time MVP. He is a 4-time Finals MVP, a 1-time scoring king. He has the record for most points, playoffs, or regular season. And that stat alone shows longevity. Another point I want to say is he's clutch. So I don't really like to discuss who is clutch because it's so broad and people have a different definition. But I bring up him being clutch because people talk about his 2011 finals performance, which was completely awful. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It was terrible. But he's more than made up for it. Like the next year, against the Celtics, he had that game, 45-point game. We all remember the meme with his face, with his head down. I know you remember that.
Remembered, I watched every possession of that game.
You loved it? You liked it?
I'll save that for later. Just keep going.
So we had that, and then he won his first ring. And then 2013, Game 6, we all remember Ray Allen. People say Ray Allen saved his career, so to speak. But he scored the team's last 10 or so points in that game. That was like the headband game where his headband flew off. And then 2016, where he had 2 41-point games after being down 3-1 to win a ring for Cleveland. And in that Game 7 was memorable for him blocking Andre Iguodala. And then in 2018, he had one of the best playoff performances for an individual player. He led the league in minutes and points. I believe he had 35 points or something north of that. And he had memorable games like Game 7 in the first round against the Pacers, where he had 40 plus in a game which they won by around 5 or less points. And then in the conference finals of that season, he averaged 33.6 points, and he was 40% from 3 in that series. And then game 1 against Golden State, he single-handedly almost gave Cleveland a win. The only reason he lost is because of George Hill choking that free throw and then J.R. Smith doing whatever he was doing.
That don't mean they would have won the series. Just keep going.
Not
just keep going.
but the game.
Just keep. Okay, the game. Okay. Because people walking around saying they would have won the series. Ain't no way in hell, but please keep going. It should be a crime.
Yes.
It should be a crime not to listen to this. But go ahead.
And then he has a winning record in Game 7, averaged 30 plus points in Game 7. In Game 7s. And then before the finals, I don't want to forget it, is he scored the team's final points in late fourth quarter and overtime versus the Pistons. As we know, those are the 2004 Detroit Pistons. They weren't the exact same team, but they made the conference finals the year before and the year after. So there's that, and that's it. I'll give the floor to you. Let me hear what you got to say.
Okay. So you done?
I'm done.
You are done. I just want to make sure.
Well, for now, yes.
He says for now. Okay. That should have been a crime to have to sit here and listen to this. I'm just going to start by saying, even though obviously I'm making the argument for against, I'm a fan of LeBron, believe it or not, and have been since I was in elementary, middle school. I love the guy personally. But this is just so wrong that it hurts. I'm going to start out by saying I saw a quote in regards, I thought it would be applicable to what we're discussing.
Mm-hmm.
It's from Chinese philosopher Lao Tzu. And the quote is, "The flame that shines twice as bright burns half as long." The flame that shines twice as bright burns half as long. Yes, the longevity of Jordan's career was nowhere near as long as LeBron's or any other great player in NBA history for that matter. But it burned twice as bright.
Mm-hmm.
Twice as bright. Now, I'll start with LeBron, then I'll go for that. I actually, the first final series in 2000, I give him credit for that. Mm-hmm. Unlike most people. There is no way on planet Earth that team should have gotten to the NBA Finals, but he got them there. He averaged 22, and in that final series that he got swept, he averaged 22, 7 and 7. He shot 36% from the field. Check this out. 20% from 3 and 69% from the line. Now, in his defense, he only took 23 pointers that entire series. We ain't talking about LeBron later in the rear. He was quite literally, for that series, 4 of 20. He took 4 threes in 4 games.
Mm-hmm.
Different time, different era of the NBA is 2007. But the free throw percentage, I'm sorry, that's just unacceptable. 69% from the line. Yeah, stop it. Stop it. He was 20 of 29 from the line. And to your point, the physical attributes and everything, you want to miss the 6'8", 6'9", 250, built like a freight train. Come on, bro. You can get to the line more than that. That's number one. 2007, I actually give him credit for, because you look at that Cavs roster for most 7, there's no way on planet Earth they should have gotten to the NBA Finals, but he got him there. I give him credit for that. 2011, you already know I was coming there. You already knew I was going there. Mm-hmm. There is no excuse why you should have lost to the Dallas Mavericks, sir. And I'm saying this as a fan of that team. I lived in that city for 2 years. Mm-hmm. 2018, I'm one of the few people, along with you probably, that think 2018 Bron is underrated. 2018 LeBron James is vastly underrated. Mm-hmm. and you touched on it a bit in your argument, he averaged in the finals that they got swept by the KD Steph Warriors 34, 10, and 8. He shot 53% from the field, 33% from three, and he can make free throws because he shot 84% from the line. Stop it. Stop it. Now, I give him credit. Yes, they got swept by Golden State, but 2018 LeBron James is just underrated. Anyone who watched it or saw it, you can make the argument that that was probably one of, if not his best season. Regular season, playoffs, finals, like 2018 LeBron James is vastly underrated. Yeah. Now, with that being said, let's go on to the objective, unequivocal greatest of all time, Michael Jeffrey Jordan. Now, he never was swept. He lost playoff series. We all know this. None of those playoff series at any point in the playoffs, first round, second round, conference finals, was he ever swept. Ever. Never. First round, second round, third round, finals, never swept. He was in 1986. But this was when the first round playoff series were best of 5, not best of 7. So he lost to the 86 Celtics, which is one of the greatest teams of all time. Got swept by them in 3 games. So I apologize. I told you I had to fact check myself. But again, this was back when first round series were best of 5, not best of 7. So yes, he lost to the 86 Celtics in the first round. Other than that, nope, never swept. The only argument that you can make in defense of LeBron is longevity. But prior to LeBron, Kareem had the longevity as well. He was also the record holder for most points in NBA history before obviously LeBron overtook him. I don't see people calling Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as great as he is. I don't see people calling Kareem the GOAT. I don't hear it. I don't hear it. I don't see it. Maybe people from a certain generation, perhaps our parents' generation, but our lifetimes, I don't recall hearing or seeing, Kareem the GOAT. And he had the longevity argument prior to LeBron. Well, let's bring up ring count. 6 rings to 4 rings. Well, if we just count rings, then neither one of them are the GOAT. Bill Russell is. Rest in peace. He won 11. But no. That man in Chicago. Michael Jeffrey Jordan, Black Jesus. 6 of them things. Not one final series he ever played and he ever lost. And not one of them went to a 7th game. I equate it that way. Now we're getting into the nitty-gritty with the Warriors. I don't count 2015 because, again, KD wasn't there yet. We're talking about the KD, Steph, Clay, Draymond Warriors, which started in 2016. I'll give you that. That 2017 team when nobody beating them. It almost like you don't want to watch the NBA season because I'm like, bro, no one's beating them. Like, it's just not possible. Someone gonna have to get hurt. Someone was gonna have to get hurt for somebody else to win. And even in that finals that they lost to Golden State in 2017 in 5 games, this is insane. He averaged a 34-point triple-double in the finals. He averaged 34, 12, and 10 on 56% shooting. He shot 39% from 3, which was really good for him, and 65% from the line. I'm gonna need you to get that free throw percentage up. But even so, against that team is insane. 34, 12, and 10. That's insane. I'm giving him credit on that. I'll give him some credit. A 34-point triple-double in the finals against arguably the greatest collection of talent ever put together on a basketball court. You get your flowers, sir. Come on, man. 65% from the line. Come on, man. I know LeBron has never been a great free throw shooter his entire career, but come on, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need you to get in the 70s, 80s, or something. I'm tired of seeing this free throw percentage in the freaking 60s, man. Like, stop it. How many did he take? He took 37 free throws, made 24 of them. I'm gonna need you to fix that, sir. 2018, they got swept accordingly, but even that, he averaged 34, 10, and 9. And again, he can shoot free throws because in that final series they got swept. He shot 84% from the line, so he can make free throws.
Yeah. So, how does his finals performance take away from his argument of being the GOAT?
Because you lost so many, number one, you lost so many, and number two, even in the final series that you lost, you played well, which in my mind makes it even more egregious. It's not like he pulled a 2011, you know what I'm saying, against those KD Warriors teams, because then there's just no argument. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
If he had done a 2011 against those KD, Steph, Clay Warriors teams, out the window. But he was a monster. Even in the first final series against Golden State, that KD wasn't there. And then the first one, 2017, they lost in 5 games. The next year in 2018, they got swept. He was averaging a 30 plus 34-point triple double. And they still lost.
Think talent is important to winning and losing games as a team?
The talent you're playing against, or the talent that's on your particular team?
On your team.
That's on your team, yes. Like, no team in any sport ever has not won without talent. It's just not possible. That's what separates the good teams from the bad teams.
So how can you say, oh, LeBron, you're not good because you lost so many times? And you look at the talent on his team, and do you think he was the reason that they lost all those finals?
No, and the numbers clearly say he wasn't the reason.
Yeah. So it's like, yeah, LeBron has lost however many times he lost. And you can look at that as a big negative. I think it's overrated. While, yeah, it sucks he lost so many times, you can't really blame it on him outside of 2011. You look at LeBron's record, he lost 7 of them. But it's not 1v5 or 1v1. It's whatever team he Cavs versus whoever else. And it's like, if you break it down and look at those games, can you really say, LeBron, you are one of the biggest reasons your team lost? Or can you say, LeBron, you played to your level. Your team just couldn't match you or support you. Like, how is that LeBron's fault completely?
Because the key word you used is completely. And the reason why I highlight that is because it's part of the reason why he left Cleveland the first time. Because the GM, who I believe was Danny Ferry at the time, was kind of failing. The organization was kind of failing to put talent around him. And it's also part of the reason why he came back. Because this is just me. If Kyrie Irving isn't there, I don't think he goes back.
Right.
I'm going to be completely honest. If Kyrie Irving, if those young guys aren't there, him, Tristan Thompson, if those young guys aren't there, he's not enticed to go back, and the organization is not enticed to trade the first overall pick. It was Andrew Wiggins to Minnesota for Kevin Love, and this probably never happens. He either stays in Miami or he probably goes someplace else. So I'll get you on that part because it's part of the reason why he left the first time and part of the reason why he also came back. Because the organization was doing the opposite of what they had done the first 7 years, the first time he was there for 7 years. So, yes, I agree with that on guard. He's not the GM, even though, I mean, he is kind of the GM. But we don't get into that. That's a different conversation. But he quite literally is not the general manager of the team.
Yeah.
It is not his job to draft, trade for, and sign talent to help the team win. That is not his job description.
Mm-hmm.
Your job description is to go out on that court and win basketball games.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, quite literally, you are right. But we also see, because I don't think LeBron is anything like Michael Jordan. I think he's a souped up version of Magic Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think he is. I think he's Magic Johnson on steroids.
Yeah.
Like, just by his play style, his mentality, how he approaches the game. I'm like, he's like Magic Johnson 2.0.
Mm-hmm.
If you shot Magic Johnson up with like the Super Soldier Serum or something, he'd be
Yeah.
LeBron. And so, with that being said, Magic elevated those around him. Yes, he had great players around. He had the Michael Coopers and the Kareems and the Byron Scotts and the Blades, and those were good players and great players in their own right, but he elevated them. Can we really say that about LeBron in a way?
Your earlier quote about the flame that shines twice as bright but lasts half as long. Now, and I think longevity is an important thing, because if you have a player, if I own a team and I want a player, I want to get the player that's going to be around for 10 plus years and still giving me MVP play, right? Like, that's what LeBron's been doing on the Cavs, Heat, Cavs, Lakers. He's been that top guy this whole time. Now, for me, his prime is when he won his first MVP with the Cavs to his last season on the Heat. That is he was a top one player compared to his peers, and you can argue he's a top 5 player of all time when he was in his prime. Now you take that and lower it a little bit, maybe top 10, and put that over 6 years. That has been LeBron's career.
I would agree with that. Only reason because longevity does matter. But throughout that, give me the guy that probably didn't play as long.
Mm-hmm.
He played 15, 16 years. This is including both retirements, the first one in 93 and the second one in 99.
Mm-hmm.
But it gave me more in that shorter period of time. No, he didn't play 22, 23 years in the league. But guess what? Not a lot of other people did either. GOAT or otherwise. Like Karl Malone did, but he wasn't as effective as in his older age. He was still good, but not MVP Karl Malone. Same thing with Kareem. He played a very long time as well. He wasn't as good in his older age as he was in his prime, similar to Malone.
Mm-hmm.
So LeBron is the exception in that rule, that he is still, you could argue he's still as good and as efficient than he was 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago. And no player, I agree that we're never going to see a player, because I think somebody asked, do you think somebody, because he's already past 40,000 points, which is insane to think about.
Mm-hmm.
Is someone going to eventually break LeBron's record? And I said no, only because one, no one's going to be able to play that long to get to 40,000 points. And number two, no one is going to be able to avoid injury or a major injury. That man has never had a major injury, which is insane.
Yeah, I think that's why I say longevity is an important argument, because the players you mentioned, like Karl Malone and Kareem, like they have longevity too, right? Yeah. But they're not doing it like LeBron. Like Malone played until like 2004,
Yeah.
Right. But like from 2000, from after 98, could you really say he was like a top 10 player like you can LeBron? Not really. And then Kareem played through the 80s. Can you argue that he wasn't the first option? Yeah, you can. So, but LeBron has always been the first option from every second of his career.
And again, I'm coming from this. I don't hate LeBron. I have mentioned throughout this episode, I've given him credit, haven't I? Throughout this whole thing, I've given him credit.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of the guy. Have been since I was a kid. But to sit here and say that man is the GOAT is just blasphemous. Shout out Stephen A. Smith. It is just straight blasphemy. I'm sorry, it just is. Longevity, I'll give you that 100 times out of 100. It's just clear. The man is still playing right now. At a high level, by that, not just playing, but playing at a high level. I think we need to people need to distinguish the two. You can play for a long time. That doesn't mean you're playing at a high level.
Yeah.
This dude's still playing at a high level. And he's finna be 41 in 2 months. So, yes, I will give him credit, but go, no. And here's another obscure thing, because we're going to go ahead and wrap this up and bring it to a close. I'm not even going to say the fear factor, even though Jordan had that in spades. The aura. There's no aura around LeBron. When you hear stories of people playing against Jordan, meeting Jordan, interacting with Jordan from the 80s, 90s, and even to present day, and the man is in his 60s. It's like when he walks into a room, it's just that aura. You can try to refute that, but go ahead. You can try.
Yeah. So while I disagree about LeBron being the GOAT, so I think prime for prime, you can have a closer argument, but you said his prime was 87 to 98.
10 years. We're going to subtract the year 93, 94 he ain't play. So 10 years. Yeah.
So 10 years?
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to do it like that, I could say LeBron. I feel like Jordan lost a step in 96. Like, he wasn't the rim crasher. He was more... You are not... Are you telling me you think Jordan was, like, as good as a dunker and finisher in his second three-peat?
No! Because he's going to get old. Like every human that's ever existed. Yeah. As great as he is, he's still going to get old. But go ahead.
Yeah. But if you want to say it like that, I think LeBron's prime was his first MVP, which was 08-09. And you can go all the way until he got to the Lakers, which is 19. Honestly. But then, my point is, and then you said there's no aura around LeBron. Like Mike.
Ain't no aura.
Like, I think that has to do with he's still playing. Like, you saw it in the last video we talked about with A-Rod, how people feel about him after he retired versus while he's in the game. I think that's going to show up for LeBron. Like, because if you watch him, like, you could see how good he is. Like, it's not as flashy as, like, Curry or Kyrie, but, like, when I watch him, like, how he can get what he wants. Like, I've seen him finish at the rim like crazy. Like, you think he will miss it or he won't make it, and he'll just lay it up in there. Spamming, running to the rim. But you want to wrap this up?
Yes, otherwise we are going to be here all day.
Yeah.
So everybody, as you guys can tell, this is a subject that DeLon and I are both really, really into, and we actually discussed a lot off of the camera, much to his dismay. He lost, but we ain't gonna talk about that. So like before, you guys, who do you guys think is not your GOAT, not my GOAT, not their GOAT, the objective greatest of all time. Please leave a comment in the chat, leave a comment on the video. Let us know, because again, this is a topic that Delon and I are both very passionate about, as you can tell. So please let us know what you guys think. Delon, what you got to say, man?
My question to everyone is, what do you look at to decide the GOAT? What stats are you looking at? Are you watching film? And what are you looking for on film? And then that's it.
Mm-hmm. That's a nice one, D. That's a nice one, man. Like, what do you like? I agree. What do you use? Do you use stats? Do you use the eye test? Do you use word of mouth? Like, what tool or avenue do you use to dictate the GOAT?
Yes. And then that's it for me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So once again, thank you guys for coming out and watching and supporting. Again, leave your comments down on the video just to let us know what you guys think, what your opinion is, and we're gonna go ahead and go from there. Like again, well, this has been episode 2, you guys. And objectively speaking, it's Michael Jeffrey Jordan. I don't care what nobody says. I'm just playing. But thank you guys once again for watching Misfit TV podcast. This is episode 2. We got a lot more stuff coming from you guys. We're very, very excited to be here and to be doing this and be interacting with you guys. And we'll see you on the other side.
Yes, sir. Good day. Have a good day, everybody.
Have a good one, y'all.